Libra, welcome to July 2016. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a Taroscope for Libra for July 2016. So I'm just shuffling the cards and then we'll see what comes up for Libra. Looks like at the beginning of the month here, you may be having some challenges or difficulties in envisioning what it is that you want to create, Libra. Three of Wands is a card that I call the Visionary card, and it's equivalent to Three of Fire. So it's got this inspirational, motivational, dreaming, kind of envisioning what you'd like to create. Three is a very creative number. So this card is the Visionary, which means, dreaming what you want to bring into the world. But in the reverse position, it's saying that you may have some difficulty accessing that or trying to identify what it is that you would like to create. So I'm going to encourage you at the beginning of July, Libra, to dream a bit, work on connecting with what is it that you are trying to bring about, instead of maybe just working day to day and continuing on the same routine. Try to access what you would like your life to look like, or what is your end goal, or what is the vision that you would like to implement, because that's what Three of Wands energy is all about. And that the energy of that card is still present. It's just in the reverse position. It says that there may be some difficulties in accessing it. It may be in shadow. You may not be allowing yourself to dream or think about what it is that you want. But this card showing up says it might be a good time to do that right at the beginning of July. And the reason is, too, it's connected with this Ace of Coins card. This is a new beginning. And Ace of Coins, all aces are new beginnings, but Ace of Coins is in relation to the physical world. So in terms of money or lifestyle or possessions or assets, the universe is trying to hand you something. And you may have to just put yourself in a place of receiving. Sometimes it's a new life. I look at the garden gate here, and you walk through this portal. It's sort of like a new life awaits you beyond that garden gate. So my question to you is, how can you put yourself in a place of receiving, especially at the beginning of July, Libra? Because it looks like the universe wants to hand you something. And it's something that relates to money or lifestyle or job, possessions, assets, any of that earth element type of thing. So if you're feeling like beginning a new chapter right around the beginning of July, Libra, definitely is favored here, but you just might want to take some extra time to envision what it is that you'd like to create. So that's what those first two cards are saying. This is a card, Four of Wands, that's a card of celebration, of joyousness, of festivities. Sometimes it's read as the card of the home. You can see here it's the castle in the background. And then this garland here with these four wands often is looked upon as being the wedding, I forget what you would call this, it's not a gazebo, but this edifice, this figure of wands, and trees with garland here. It's really a time of festivity and celebration and joyfulness. So with this showing up, it's saying, you might really enjoy what's coming up. It's a time it can also be a time of surprise. So time to enjoy the place that you're living. Time to enjoy, both of these can be new home, new lifestyle, new place to live, a new thing to celebrate. I'm kind of getting like new garden or new place that you celebrate what is happening with you, Libra. So enjoy that. Beginning of July could be a nice time for you, especially if you're doing something new, like planting new seeds that you eventually are going to enjoy. This card, Queen of Cups, is showing up. This is usually a water sign, so this could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And this card is someone who's very tender-hearted, intuitive, often psychic, very compassionate, loving, comes from an emotional place. Cups represent emotions. But the fact that she's in the reverse position says that you might be out of sorts emotionally. She's a master of her emotions, and when she's in the reverse position, it's saying that you might not be a master of your emotions right now, or you may not be connecting with your emotional self. And you may be feeling like out of sorts, or not seeing things, not feeling. Might not be connecting with your feelings in a certain way. Either that, or there might be a water sign person who you're not connecting with. So again, that's Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But they're looking off in the distance in a different direction. So this could be your emotional state, your emotional life, where it's just, you're feeling like you're not connecting with your intuition, not connecting with the loving, tender part of yourself. Somehow the Queen of Cups, the person who is master of her emotions, is just not in sync for you right now at the beginning of July. Or again, it could be someone else who is an actual water sign. In the middle of the month, you have a Knight of Coins showing up. So Knight of Coins is usually somebody who considers the bottom line of things. I sometimes call him the salesman card. So if you're trying to drive a bargain with something, that's a good sign or a good symbol of something that can help you. He's very thoughtful and considers like, how much money is this going to cost me? Is it worth it? He's very stable. He's very solid. He takes his time. He's still romantic and clever and playful. So this could be an earth sign man that has those qualities. That would be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo might show up in your environment. But otherwise, it's the archetype of the salesperson, or the person who considers money, the person who considers lifestyle, assets, possessions, and he experiments with those sorts of things. Like he says, okay, is this something I want to buy? Is this something I want to go for? Is it something I want to have? So that's that kind of energy going on there. And then I'm seeing that here in the middle of the month too, there might be some gossip regarding an intimate relationship. The Three of Cups is a card of like friends and family, and it's usually like loving hearts or like-minded people. But in the reverse position, I usually consider it like gossip, or like the social circle that's not approving, that's not being supportive. In the upright position, it's very supportive. But in the reverse position, it's kind of saying like, these could be like a load of jealous women too, for someone who is in this relationship with this guy. This is the Lover's card, and it means intimacy, vulnerability, exposing yourself to someone. With both of these in the reverse position as they are, it's saying that the relationship may not be what you think it is. You may have friends or family that are disapproving of your involvement with this person. Or it could just be jealousy. So for some reason I'm reading this as jealousy here, because I'm seeing this man here with this woman, and then there's all these other women over here, and it's all in reverse. So whether this is your family, or people at your office, or if this guy has past ex-girlfriends or lovers, be careful. If you're a woman, be careful with this guy that all these women are disapproving or talking about, because he may not be what he appears to be. In this reverse position, this relationship may not be what you think it is. So that's just what these two cards are saying together. This guy, this earth sign, is showing up as who he really is. However, he's a lot more armored than this guy. This guy's naked, and this guy's wearing a full suit of armor. So if this person is showing up, but you're with this person, even though this person appears to be more guarded or more closed off, he's actually being honest and true. Whereas this person may not be. This person doesn't have a sign associated with them, but it's saying there's something in regards to the relationship that appears to be intimate or romantic or vulnerable that is not as it appears. It's in shadow. So, and there's something about these women here that know something about this, or they're disapproving or commenting, or they're gossiping about this. So I'm just going to say, just play it safe regarding this relationship, Libra. Whether you're male or female. This could also be the woman that's not showing up honestly with who she is. So either way. This is a fire sign here. Queen of Wands. So that could be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. and they're not actually being helpful to you in this situation. They're showing up as kind of in allegiance with these other women here. So if there's a fire sign that shows up in the middle of the month, don't really worry about what it is that she has to say, or don't give in to her, words of advice or authority, because she's not really in support of you in this situation. She's kind of the leader of the gang here, or the clan, or the social circle. So I wouldn't, take whatever this fire sign says with a grain of salt. That's all I'll say. She can appear to be a very powerful, very charismatic, very full of fire and leadership and authority, but she's not in charge here. She's not seeing things accurately. So there's some social thing that's commenting on a relationship, or it could even just be like your current relationship status, Libra. You Libras, your relationships are sort of central to who you are, because you're always looking for balance and partnership. But in this particular situation, I'm going to say female elements related to it are not in support of you. If there's someone who has practical advice regarding it, or if there's a guy who is an earth sign who appears very cautious and practical, he's being true and honest. He's showing up really as who he is. Towards the end of the month, you have a couple things going on. You may have decided to leave this relationship if you're in one. This is the Hermit card, which shows that you want to find the truth about something. And Hermit casts away anything that's external, anything that's extra, anything that is mundane, anything that isn't important, because he's really interested in truth with a capital T. So this says to me, Libra, that you might, towards the end of the month, be very interested in finding out what the truth is, even if it means you being by yourself for a while and going on a retreat, or going, the typical archetypal story from Hermit is that he goes up into the mountains and spends time by himself and really looks into the mysteries and the truths of the universe, and then he finds the truth and holds it up for everyone to see. So Hermit, it could be a good time to pause and reflect and consider things, and consider what's true for you, Libra, towards the end of the month. Here, at the very end of the month, there's a couple things. There's Sun in reverse, and it's surrounded by two Swords cards. So swords represent our thoughts and the way we think about things. In both of these cases, the Swords cards are spoils and rewards. It's funny, these two cards are called Open Dishonor and Hidden Dishonor. This one is trying to be hidden dishonor. He's trying to steal something. He's trying to get away with something. Everybody can see him, but he's trying to hide something. This person is doing it right out in the open. It's on the battlefield. They're just taking what's left. So there's someone who's trying to take something away from this situation. It's really interesting. And again, it's surrounding this relationship card. This could be the same two people that are showing up here. So here's male and female, and here's male and female here, or it could be any couple, really. But the Sun is a card that shows, it's a really positive card, even if it's in reverse. It shows integration. It shows this light shining on things. It shows truth within it. But in the reverse position, it's saying that it might be a little bit dampened right now. There might be some struggles going on in this relationship, or even your views about relationships right now, because it appears that someone is always trying to get away with something. That may be your thoughts or your views. It could be, Libra, that through some of your past experiences, that's what Five of Swords says, that there may be some things that you've collected from those that are kind of like, you feel like someone's always trying to take something away, or take your rewards, or take something from you, and therefore it's putting you in reverse in terms of, wholeness in terms of relationships. So it might be worth exploring and going into that. That almost seems like a theme for you for July, is The relationship cards seem to be in reverse, and in this one it's surrounded by either people who are trying to be dishonest or take something away, or that could even just be your perception of it or your view of it. Ultimately, these are all yellow background cards, so there's optimism and there's hope and there's motivation there, but in the reverse position it's saying you're having trouble accessing that, you're having trouble getting to that point. I would say just take a step back. Hermit supports that. Take a step back and review things, look at the truth of the matter, and be open to any new beginnings that are coming your way. The universe wants to hand you something, especially in regards to finances, assets, or possessions, or lifestyle. And, pay attention to advice or input or the way that a earth sign shows up for you. And that's Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, because they have some good things for you in July. Otherwise, don't get swept up into all this drama that's surrounding your relationships. It's not going to serve you, Libra. So that's my reading for you for July. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those down below. You can always like or share the reading if you think that someone might benefit from it. And as always, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Yours on the stars.